Sound Society.
Pick up.
Okay, I'm recording.
Right.
I don't know where that says.
I feel like I had a bug in my hair. That shit didn't feel right. Get that shit out. Hell no. I mean, no bugs laying no eggs in my dreadlocks. No.
Oh man.
That would be so disgusting. I'd honestly cut them off. I would. That's the one reason I'd cut them off. Bugs in my hair. Ugh.
Bugs in your hair. Oh shit.
Gone. Gone.
Hey. Oh man, so how's it going, guys?
Not too bad. Not too bad. We are 4 months and then some into this quest of IFSSS.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going good. A few changes, but all good.
A couple additions to the family, couple subtractions.
How come you didn't come join us? Well, come join us so we can introduce you.
This is how it is.
Oh no, get in that little box. If you go to the chat and click the link, then you can join us. Yeah.
That's right.
Because we're going to introduce you. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I get to do this to you when I start seeing.
Whatever.
The website.
So shy.
So the website's about to go live at some point.
Yeah.
Trust the meeting went well earlier today.
Yeah, it was a very good meeting. Glad I met him.
Good stuff.
Glad we're gonna get some real quality work done for experience and money. You know what I mean? When you're paying for experience and money, it's better than just paying money.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's good. So we should be, IFSS should be loud and proud soon on the internet. So that's going to be good. So looking forward to that. What else has happened lately? My website's gone live, which is good. A few subscriptions to that.
Very careful. Congrats. Congrats on that website.
Yeah, that's good. Some nice reviews from you guys about the kit, which is good. Being received well. And that's it. That's basically my end. We need some questions. Someone needs to ask us some questions. Let's see. Just press something there. What else? I'm
gonna light up a Periscope.
We've got.
Light up a Periscope and tell them that we are here. Maybe we can get some questions from Periscope as well.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool.
Word.
I've got about 15 minutes of power on my phone, and then I'm out of it.
Man, I haven't been on Periscope in so long. I don't even know how to set up a record feed anymore. There we go. You got to go to the.
I'll tell you what I received. Tell what I received through Twitter today. Apparently, there's some new app that allows you to add music to the photos, but that's no different than anything else. It's just a new marketing spin, I guess, of putting sounds to photos and stuff, rather opposing to uploading a video. So that's kind of interesting. Might be worth that, just in general. What else? Otherwise, I was checking out the, what's it called? Queen's Story on Machine.
How'd you like that?
I was just looking. Yeah, there's some nice sounds in it. Some nice sounds. I tend to check out, I don't know about you guys, but I tend to check out the projects first. That's the first thing I look at.
Yeah.
Just to hear, what somebody's done with it. And from then, if I like what I hear, I then tend to go into the sounds and sort of digging a little bit deeper. So, yeah, that was all right.
That sounds like the workflow of me, too.
Yeah.
I basically went through all the projects, and then once I found some sounds, I try to kind of seek them out, and then test them out.
Yeah. So some good things is I find kits really easy to obviously make beats and stuff. So that's kind of cool. I enjoy that experiment a little bit, which is good fun. But I come from the old school stuff where I tend to write the stuff. I will program design a sound and then make a beat from the sound, or make a tune, or develop an idea that way, rather opposing to just using kits and layering sounds on top of sounds.
Yeah.
Compact works really good. What works really well. Contact works really well because you can have hundreds of sounds and just layer them all, but the way that they've been done, where you can just keep building it, is quite nice. But sometimes it's just overkill. But I find that quite a good way for sort of inspiration and stuff like that. So when I'm bored and I can't be bothered to do anything else, just open that up and just start pressing keys and just seeing what kind of groovy sounds come out. And that sometimes inspires you.
Beat guy, he just stopped in on Periscope. What's up? We're doing Q&A over at Blab Beat Guy. If you want to come over and join us, or you can ask a question over here in Periscope. We got that Beat Guy over in Periscope.
Nice. I haven't seen him for a while. Hope he comes over and joins us on Blab.
Yeah, if you go to my Facebook page, you'll find the link as well, Beat Guy. You can come right into the Blab show with us.
Or it's on our Twitter. It's on my Twitter. It should on the
it's
Infamous
on my
Twitter. It's on Meek's Twitter. It's on the Facebook. It's trending right now. I tell you that. It's very much likely to be trending right now.
We have our newest member to the group, Renil.
Let me follow this person.
He doesn't have his camera set up properly.
Oh, he said he the sauce god. That's what I'm talking about.
I like it.
Super swagged up.
There he is.
Hey, there he is. He's back in Antarctica.
So that is Renil, and he heads up our multimedia.
Oh, snap. That's dope. I just joined in the scope, and it tells me that Beat Guy Die is already watching.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What up? Just checking you in. Sharon, busy trying to get with y'all. Blab, I couldn't read his message. It scrolled away too fast.
Yeah. No, that's good. Yeah, he's up for joining us. It's a question of him. It'd be cool if he joined us up here on Blab.
Renil, thanks for coming on and introducing yourself to the world.
Say hi to the world.
Hello, world.
You should if you click on our names, you can subscribe to us. We'll tell you when we're on Blab and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Word.
What's happening then, guys? What have you been up to, Sip? Anything cool?
Basically, yeah, I've been up to a lot of cool different stuff. Just trying to design some different types of sounds. Introduce some new techniques into my beat making.
Yeah, cool.
Reading a bunch of good stuff. It's a lot of good stuff to read out here.
Yeah.
What happened to read? That's pretty much what I've been up to, and writing a lot of stuff. I've been writing a lot of material down instead of just brainstorming all the time. I just got into like actually putting it on paper so I could go back and actually implement it and see it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
something about important. When you take your thoughts in your head and you write them out, it looks, number one, like a task, something you got to get done, And until you mark it off, you haven't achieved it yet. So
definitely,
it's good to get those thoughts somewhere where you can see them and actually acknowledge them,
Word, hell yeah.
Yeah, certainly solidifies the idea. Yeah, absolutely. It makes it real then, you see, and it makes it tangible. And it's all important for all those copywriting stuff. No good having a great idea that's in your head and you can't record it,
There's a bunch of great ideas in the grave.
Yeah. Oh, but ideas are easy. Ideas are easy. It's writing them down and playing them how you hear it. That's the other thing, you know. Otherwise, we
iPad,
got
I tell you, man, it was the best thing for me, that iPad, because I don't really like to write. I don't like my freehand writing. It's messy. It's sloppy.
Yeah.
It don't make me want to keep going to the next sentence even, you know? So when I got the iPad, ooh, I got more.
That's what's really
It was a wonderful thing, man.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful thing.
Writing ideas and stuff, and sort of calling ideas back at a later time.
Thanks for
What's
joining,
really good is simple, using a phone just like a simple dictaphone. You know?
We're on Blab, bro. You should go look up
Audio
DJ on Facebook, or if you follow IFSS on Twitter, you can get a link to Blab where we are, and you can come join us over here.
Yeah, we're just shooting the breeze today.
Questions and answers, man. You know, hoping that people might want to have some real questions for us, like why we decided to go ahead and create IFSS. You know, I was hoping for some real gangster questions, but
no one out. Moment.
I guess we can ask ourselves these questions.
Yeah, I guess we can. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so why did you decide to join IFSS in the first place?
Why not? Yeah,
who are these guys?
Yeah, who are these guys? Why did I join? Basically, to get some guys with wanted to go in the same direction. More heads than one's better, and that's what we're doing.
I agree with that.
You know, and we're making things happen. We could all make things happen individually, but it's easier in a big group.
Yep.
And you've always got the added advantage that when, you know, beat block sets in, you've got someone to keep you going and pushing you all the time, which is important. And ultimately, ideas spawn other ideas as well. Exactly. Something that would take you, you know, a while at home thinking about something you could probably do in about 5 minutes. Suddenly someone goes, oh, you know, don't put the snare there, put it over here, or this sounds better here, or how about this? And suddenly the ideas expand and, you know, move on, and it leads up to new other stuff, opportunities, really, you could say. So that's the real advantage. You know, that's why I wanted to get together with the rest of the guys in IFSS. And as well, it's the whole thing of working across continents at the other side of the world, you know, and different places that you wouldn't get opportunities to do that. And, you know, utilizing the internet for that kind of stuff. So that's good. Again, it's sort of pushing technology as how far you can do it. So, yeah, just, you know, exploring and that kind of thing. It's all going good for us so far. I think it's working well.
Straight good. That was a good answer, though. I like that answer. And it's part. It kind of answers the question to why I wanted to create a group like this as well. You know, and when I first started this, what was I calling it? The Beat Group.
Beat Group, yeah.
We were calling ourselves the Beat Group. You know, within a matter of a month, we had a name for ourselves.
That's it.
And now we're that infamous Foreign Sound Society.
That's nasty. I like that.
Ain't it?
IFSS.
Still makes me hype when I hear it. It gives me shivers, man.
I like it. It makes me feel proud to be part of something, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure the guys out there listening and things will be feeling the same. Yeah, you feel like a unit. You feel like there's a sense of purpose to what you're trying to achieve. A sense of direction to where you want to go.
God dang, boy, Die, stop it, man. Hey, Die, if you hear me, man, if you like one more post right now.
We on Blab. Let's wait for that camera to focus.
Yeah. It's good. I've got nothing here on Blab. I just got Sip Easy went on air.
Yeah,
so he must be posting loads of stuff
it's on Twitter. It's going to Twitter like crazy.
Yeah.
Man, big reason why I joined IFSS. I've been producing music for a long time, say for instance, and it's a lot of guidance out there. It's a lot of guidance out there. You can follow a lot of different people and end up on a lot of different paths. But like Meek was saying a second ago, when you got like-minded people together, it just it pushes the buck a little bit further. And I noticed that, like, I'm part of a bunch of different low groups or whatever throughout my path in music, and a lot of it'll end you up on an idle path. And that's something you don't want to be on. You don't want to be on an idle path. You don't want to be stagnant, and you want to associate yourself with a high energy group of people. And that's what IFS is to me, is a high energy based group of people with the like-minded mind state, pretty much. And that made me settle my mind here.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we're the doers. We do it, man. We just do it. Yeah.
Since we started, man, we're doing good, guys. Like, we got a good brand for ourselves.
Yeah, things have started moving. As I said,
we have five. How many members now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 members. We gained 1 member, but lost a member. But
yeah, things move on. It just went in a different direction. Just wanted to do different things.
Yeah, and through the course of life, you know, you're gonna meet people like that. People are about it. People that ain't about it. You know, like, I like Tony. He's a good guy. And shout out to Tone Trots. That's my nigga. You know, I know he gets my back 100% if I called on him.
Word.
Just didn't work out. Sometimes it be like that.
Yeah, you just move on and do your thing. Yeah, absolutely. You know, but he's out there. He's doing his thing. Like he said, he'll see us at the Grammys. You know. So look forward to that. What else is happening? What else has been happening in the industry? All sorts of things. I got received an email the other day about some app now, or it belongs to part of a game making engine for people that are out there that are into game audio and stuff. Now there's some extension to it where it basically does your audio for you. So it's just a load of samples from people like Linkin Park and various other things. And it's almost like a DAW inside a game engine that you use for programming games and making games. And basically you can just do samples within that and just put it together and build your whole sound scene for a game. I thought, that's kind of interesting. I thought, nice one. I think Timberlake was involved in that as well. I thought, that's a great idea. Yeah. It makes it really easy and accessible to people that don't know how to produce music to actually make some kind of music. Only downside to that is that there's, they haven't created it themselves. It's someone else's samples. But I guess it really doesn't matter if, when you design a game, your thoughts aren't really about the music side of things in terms of originality. You just want some music that puts across some kind of message into your game, sort of sets a scene for something like that. So that was kind of interesting that was out on the industry. It certainly puts people like us on our toes that do, games, sound design and things like that. Well, it makes it more challenging. We have to keep creating great sounds and fresh sounds that no one else will have. And using these kind of applications, the sounds are all the same. So suddenly you'll end up with, with loads of games all having the same sound and the same little twinkles for every time someone collects something, or the same background music. It's it's good if you just want to do a stock kind of game, but if you want to do something different and something new,
exactly.
Then people like us, we're still very much in the game because we're creating original music, and it gives that kind of personalized flavor to the game, and a unique flavor that no one would have. So that was kind of interesting, sort of catching that. That was the news from gaming audio.
Word, some great information I passed by this week. I think it was a couple of producers I was looking. I think it's Puff Daddy and DJ Khaled. I want to say he's a producer.
He is.
He is, right? Yeah. He says he's the Puff Daddy of Miami or something like that. Like, that's his whole thing.
Puff Daddy. All right, okay.
So, I was listening to those guys.
The best music.
Right. And
That's
dude,
DJ Khaled, nigga.
he just got a new deal, and him and Puff Daddy was talking, and they was saying, yo, what's a producer? They was defining what a producer is, and I was like, I was listening because I want to hear this. And it was like, well, Puff Daddy said, well, his definition ain't the same as like what Webster would be, but a producer is somebody who can put across an image or a vision of an area into music and put you sonically there, make you feel the experience of the area. Say, for instance, so he was saying, for instance, like he's from New York, he produced to make people feel the New York feeling of what New York is like, and to never be like it's the city that never sleeps, to give you that feeling. And Khaled was like, well, I produce to give you that party vibe of Miami. And when I produce a song, after you hear that song, you get the idea of what it's like to spend a day in Miami or whatever. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
That perspective on it. What do you guys think about that? Is that a good definition of a producer?
I guess it I guess it is. I mean, if he's defining himself as a producer to someone that is creating the music, then yeah, that's fine. Because I mean, whenever I create music, I tend to think of themes or again, like places and stuff to sort of get things going. I mean, for example, one of the tunes that was one of the soundscapes that I have on my website, Vampire's Lair, that again was kind of, okay, what kind of music is this? And I was sort of in kind of a dark sort of place and a sinister kind of place. And I started just messing around with the modular synth and stuff like that, and came up with this kind of really dark, somber kind of ambience that would fit perfectly into some, I suppose a game or something, some kind of, either first person shooter or something. So that in terms of building a scene or building a tune, but starting off thinking about somewhere, a town, city, a place, a cave or Miami or New York. Yeah, I suppose that in its way, I do agree with that from a producer point of view. You sonically take somebody to a place. But it's, for me, a producer is a little bit more involved with that. A producer to me is not someone necessarily involved with the actual audio engineering side of things. For example, a producer, I come from the old school days of producing, where a producer sort of puts a team together. For example, in IFSS, in this particular instance, Wax would be the producer, because it was Wax going, okay, I want to form, some kind of group, some kind of a beat team, and we sort of all came roughly at the same time. But he would have been the producer in the sense of, okay, this is what I'm looking for, and this is what I want. And we came along and we said, okay, this is what we are. And then we all add little sonic things to it. And if we need to change something, we'd say, oh, what about this? What about that? Have you tried this software? Have you tried that? So that's how I tend to think of a producer, someone that doesn't necessarily need to be twisting knobs, making sounds, but suggests ideas and gets the best out of the team or the artist or the musicians that are involved. A producer that does this quite a lot and has done it very well, even across hip-hop and rock, has been Rick Rubin. Rick Rubin doesn't necessarily play the instruments, but he gets the rock bands or the artists in his home, in his studio, and he just puts them in a position where they're most comfortable to be at their most creative. So he's a bit like a guru, really, spiritual guru there, where he
pull
will
the
go
best
there.
energy out of a person type of thing, or the right energy out of a person.
He helps them get into a mindset where creatively they can really express what it is that they're trying to get. I mean, he's worked with Foo Fighters, he's worked with all sorts of people, he's set up, record labels with Dr. Dre and stuff like this. So the guy really understands the mind, and that is what a producer is someone that can get into a mind of a group of people and transport them into either creating a sound for a scene and, as I've said, get the most out of them. So it does link to what Puff Daddy was saying. You know,
right. I can see that. Name. I can definitely see that, and that's to me, that's exactly what you were saying about Rick Rubin. That's kind of how I look at DJ Khaled or whatever. He's one of them people that go out and find different collective of people and bring them together to produce this vision. That's a good explanation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what you've got to remember is traditionally producers were very closely with the A&R guys in record companies, and basically this day and age, producers are the A&R guys as well. So it's almost they're everything really. It comes to the point from the singer-songwriter to the beat maker to the audio engineer to putting together of teams. I've mentioned before, the producer name has changed over the years has morphed into something else. So it does encompass quite a large area. But yeah, definitely, I come from old school kind of producer kind of thing. What about you, Wax? Would you define it?
I would have to agree with you. Totally. Because it has changed over the year and grown, and you find that producer doing all of those jobs.
That's some weird stuff.
Much cover.
Yeah. I mean, where it is connected to the old days as well is as an arranger. I mean, producer in the old days wasn't necessarily say like Quincy Jones. Okay. Michael Jackson, most famously, is one of his big things. His arrangements, although he wrote quite a lot of the music and things, don't necessarily mean that he physically writes it or something. Just says, oh, no, we want those horns over here. And then what they call the copyist, the person that would lay that out, would then go away, chalk up all the notes on the stave, and would then give it to his horn players and say, yeah, okay, we play that here, or the strings. And then he would say, no, Quincy would say, no, not that. Let's do it like this. And then they would arrange it all. So, yeah, that's a point from where he's sort of arranging it. But also from a compositional point of view, he would also write out horn parts and various other things and say, no, play that here. So producers in the old days still arrange stuff like they do these days when making beats and things.
It kind of sounds like a producer and a magistrate are very similar.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. I mean, it's so... I mean, a producer produces, right? That's why the term, I think, has morphed a lot, because people don't want to pigeonhole themselves to say, I'm a songwriter, or I'm an audio engineer, or I'm a sound designer. I make rhythms, okay? And I'm a drummer only, or I only do percussion. So by encompassing producer, now with this technology that's around, it allows them to do lots of things before that would be difficult for them to do individually 20 or 30 years ago. So I guess people have gone, producer is someone that produces something, whether they produce it from an image or a name or a place or something. I suppose it takes whatever idea they've got, whatever it takes in the head to make it, I guess, is producing, isn't it? So I guess that's what it's sort of comes about.
Sometimes I go in the kitchen and I produce some good food. I tell you, I produce a 3-course meal. You know, I get all kinds of producing.
But it all makes sense, you know. I mean, same thing. I mean, going off a complete tangent about producing and cooking food. I cook where I come from. I'm quite a creative person, so I look at food in colours, and I don't know if that makes sense to people, but what I mean by that, I'll look at, okay, I've got an orange pepper, a red pepper, and a yellow pepper, and a green pepper, and I've got like eggs of this colour, and what I'll tend to do is I'll cook something that looks nice on the plate with different colours. I've got some green beans and yellow pepper and some eggs and, some steak, and the colours on the plate look nice. It's the same thing. I do that with music. Different strings and stuff. I think of different sonics as different colours. It sounds very cheesy. You hear that a lot of guys saying that, I paint with, different sonic colours and different palettes and all this kind of pretentious
This
bullshit.
Makes a lot of sense.
But,
I agree with you though.
I tend to think of all those different sounds like different colors, and there is some
colors on the plate.
You've got what's it called? Synesthesia.
It's like for example, and when I make my pasta, my biscotti sauce, I'm very picky about the colors in that sauce.
Yeah, but that's your formula. You're totally right.
Yeah, like I gotta have something green in there, not too much green, even like the little thin green parsley.
Yeah, but it's the same thing in music, the way that we hear things is like, oh yeah, I really like that sound, oh, I like a really big kick or really bassy, or I want to be a really wide synth to make something really big. And yeah, so that's how I think of things, oh yeah, I want a thin hi-hat here, or depending what kind of music you're trying to create, I suppose. Like hip hop, trap, or rap, or jazz, or anything. If I'm thinking about a specific genre, I'll tend to think of it as recipes. As say, for example, if I'm writing a trap tune, I'll think of, okay, what recipes or what ingredients do I need to make trap, and I think about it that way.
That's a great.
I think of the time and place where it's happening, whether it be a club or somebody's bedroom, or they're out on the street. I think of the atmosphere that I'm making that beat in as well.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah, serve it. Yeah.
Under the understanding of this analogy, I mean, you can look at effects like seasonings.
Yeah, completely.
Like you don't want to put salt on cornflakes.
Yeah, exactly.
Under this, you can go real far with this analogy. This could be a book, man.
For example, if you're doing a rock song, okay, sort of a heavy rock, Metallica in the sort of early 90s decided to what they call scoop the mids, which was take all the middle frequencies out of the guitars, put loads of bass and loads of top end, and it created a very heavy rock, heavy metal kind of distortion. Now, when you put lots of middle frequencies on a guitar, it can sound really whack. So yeah, I suppose in that kind of sense, it's like you think of certain frequencies as your spices as well as your effects. By adding too many mid frequencies to a guitar is going to make it sound really horrible, and it really it's an aggressive kind of sound. So yeah, I think of effects like that all the time, especially EQs.
That's how I think of the EQ. The EQ especially.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when I'm cutting and filtering with the EQ, and I never use a filter to cut. Ugh, I just don't like that idea. I use a EQ because you get so much more ability with it, Well, but it's the same thing, same kind of idea, You give a little bit, you take a little bit. Oh, that might be too much seasoning. That takes some out.
Sprinkles.
Yes. Just a little dap. Just a dap. Listen. Just a dap.
Totally right. That high end at the top. When you're on them strings or them horns a little bit. Sprinkle high frequencies, it brings a bit of life, And yeah, again, another cooking analogy. Yeah, cooking cakes, sprinkles. Happy day.
It works, though. It works.
Get that? Hey, I promise you, people will get a cooking analogy. They'll understand that.
If you put half a cup of sugar into your sauce right away, whoa, it might be too sweet. You ain't gonna be able to get it back neither.
Right, because they do say with EQs, oh, that's a sweet EQ. That's sweet. That sounds nice, and they're always comparing it to taste. But I suppose senses are all connected, I suppose
this is a book.
Yeah,
I think we can write an ebook off of this for real.
I think so. But talking about senses, we've mentioned about cooking stuff. We've got ears and taste. We've mentioned, okay. I haven't quite worked out a smell analogy yet for music, but what I do see is what I've mentioned it before, is when working within doors, how the plugin physically looks on screen, the colors, does it look like the original outboard gear or not, can help me create certain things. So I can also see from a visual point of view how it works. And I also, in a DAW, I will always put my hi-hats as yellow for some reason. I don't know why, I just think yellow suits a hi-hat. And you can actually get away with doing an almost a beat. Let's talk about beats because it's simpler. But you can create a beat by colors, almost giving a color to each individual instrument and actually painting. Okay, I know yellow goes here and it looks right, and you can paint by numbers that way. I've done that before. So visually,
another good sight thing I pay attention to with the sight thing is that compressing. When I be compressing, because I remember when I first started compressing without the knowledge, I used to smash my files, and it would always end up looking like a sausage, like, or
just
I don't
thick.
know what to call it. It would just be a big ass
turd.
line. Yeah, it's like that's a sight thing you can pay attention to when you got to mix. When you got to mix and it comes out like a sausage, that's not right. That's not...
But that's what they wanted, though, wasn't it? A few years ago, it was like the loudness, what they call the loudness wars, which was how loud you could get a piece of music to sound. And yeah, everybody was compressing the shit and out of everything, using limiters to just smash the brick wall just to get that fat sausage of black. That's what people wanted. It's all different these days, though. Now it's all about dynamics of up and downs and stuff. Yeah. That's
W.iFSS is questions and answerings over at Blab. If you guys want to come over to Blab and just give us some questions, go to our Facebook page. We should have a link up on there where you come join our Blab conversation. For now, I'll switch you back over to our Blab video conversation. There we go. We lost Meek. Oh,
that was it for me. Yeah, another that sausage thing is a good sight analogy. I ain't never got one for smell. Feel, I know Meek. I'm gonna take this one from Meek because Meek gave me this feel one before, and it was basically dealing with that analog equipment. And being that I majority had all digital equipment, I haven't never really got that feel thing down as much. But having a lot of samplers gives me a little bit understanding of what it's like to have the feeling of the audio, the equipment to actually touch it.
Yeah, it makes a big difference just to have that stuff around. You know, I've been thinking. I go through phases, guys. I'm sure everybody else does. Oh well, I just pressed the wrong thing here. Yeah, I keep pressing buttons on my phone. I want a bit of retail therapy lately, and I've been thinking of other little toys that I can get to touch and tweak and little things like that. And I've been thinking of getting a Korg MS-20, just either one of those mini MS-20s. You know, Korg relaunched a couple of years ago the famous MS-20. Now you can pick them up for about a third of the price of what they were. I think they were about $600. I think it was about $700, $800 when they first came out. You can pick them up now for around about $300, $350 if you're lucky. And all it is a monophonic synth, but it's kind of semi-modular. So you've got little patch leads like these things, right? That you can plug in these, and then you plug them all in, and got loads of knobs that you can twist and stuff. And I was thinking of just getting that, just for a bit of fun, really.
Little toy
yeah,
thing.
Yeah, it's all good, you know, with a little keyboard and stuff. It looks cool.
Me?
Yeah,
conspiracy.
That's
it.
it.
Get your creativity flowing, man. I swear it, dude.
Yeah, it does. It's good. It's good. It's just
you get one of those little apps, anything out of the norm, man. That stuff gets your creativity going.
Yeah, that Minimo app. Oh, that for iPads is.
Have you tried to connect that to a keyboard yet? Yeah, that'll be.
I sure did. Dope. I got the iRig right here for it.
That's it. Yeah, that's all you need.
No murder. I don't play around, man. I don't play around. I was sampling that right into the MPC.
Yeah, nice. What I don't like about using stuff on screens though is that from touching the physical twisting knobs to actually using your finger on screen to do it is just, it feels weird to me because it doesn't feel like I'm actually touching anything.
I totally agree with you, and I can relate because me trying to use these apps is just like, what the hell is this? You know, it's good to like broaden your horizons, but it's only going to make you thirsty. You know, you're going to want more. You're going to want to go get the real things and get your hands on it. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's like, yo, I'm ready to go modular, but I got other things I need to do first, like complete my.
Well, how's your studio coming on anyway? How's it all good? Because I know you're busy trying to build it all and things like that. How's that going?
You know, I'm at the phase now where I'm going through estimates with contractors and deciding who I'm going to go with. And it's as easy as demolition, stuff the walls, build the box. You know, it's that simple. It's just money wise.
Yeah, it's an expensive thing building your own proper commercial studio. You know, because you've got to do it right.
Little decisions and decisions that matter. So I'm being very cautious, and I don't care if I have to wait another extra month. I'll do it.
Right.
You know, I plan to be in the studio a lot. I might be sleeping there.
That's what happens.
I might be sleeping there.
That's what happens. Yeah,
who knows?
Go to big studios. A lot of them have sleeping quarters there. You know, I mean, especially here in the UK, and you know, and most other European countries, they have studios in the middle of nowhere, be an old converted chateau or something like that.
I mean, and a lot of people fall asleep in there anyway because they be drunk and high and they just fucking can't stay up.
I suppose
better have somewhere to sleep.
I mean, I suppose it depends on the kind of thing. I mean, rock used to be typically like that. You know, you go into the studio. I mean, come on. People like Pink Floyd and Black Sabbath and all these great bands of the 70s, you know, Led Zeppelin and stuff like that. It's sort of typical rock bands, you know, Wild Parties, Crazy Women, that kind of thing. Even hip hop, you know.
It gets them into that aura. It gets that aura into the air because the music they're singing about is like that environment that they're like they inject that environment into the studio. They bring it with them sometimes.
Well, they do, yeah. But I mean, I suppose it goes linking back the segment of producers. It's, you know, what producers used to get those guys into, you know, that state of mind. But having said that, rock and stuff has completely changed how it is now. A very few serious musicians go into the studio now drunk or looking to get drunk. They go into the studio to work, man, and they go to the gym to work out. They don't, you know, just sit there drinking beer and smoking. Very few of the serious ones are just like completely clean. No drugs, nothing. Good education.
That's the same.
You know,
that's the same on the hip hop side of things. I mean, it's out front in your face in the hip hop things, but a lot of this with that, I think it's like some of these hip hop motherfuckers is lying. They're not getting as drunk and as high as they're saying they are.
I mean, come on. I mean, look at some of these. You know, some of these. Oh yeah, I'm gangster. On the streets, bullshit. You grew up on the streets. You went to Princeton.
That's right. You dropped out of college. Don't lie to me.
You don't know what it's like to struggle, man. Live next to crystal meth crackheads. You don't know that.
Right.
No. So funny. It's an image. It's an image.
One of the biggest hypocrites, and I'm going to point him out, and I don't give a damn if he watched it and called me or whatever, but Lil Wayne is one of the biggest hypocrites about being the gangster facade guy. He sells that.
Yeah, but it's all image, isn't it? I mean, you look at people like, you know, Lady Gaga, and I mean, typically Alice Cooper, that's a big rock one. You know, I mean, come on, son of a preacher, you know. And I mean, he had this kind of bad thing, but, you know, he's always said that was his stage persona. Same thing with Lady Gaga. What you see on stage and what she is in real life is not that. But again, it comes down to linking back to producers. It's about creating the image to get the biggest shock factor, and it's the shock factor that kids buy into, and they always have from the 50s, the rebellious thing, whether it's hip hop, rock, country.
Like when Jay-Z told Rihanna to be the bad girl type of thing. For her persona.
Guys, no, but exactly. It's you know, Disciple dies on and welcome. But yeah,
Public Enemy, fuck the police.
Exactly. It's totally true about the image stuff. But you know, hey, that's it's their job. This is what they do. They are artists.
And then my only problem with that, and I'm saying, I know I should probably shut the fuck up about my problem with that, but my problem with that is they confuse the youth into thinking that that's real, and then they buy into that. But oh well,
enjoy that.
That's my problem with that.
But that's music, isn't it? I mean, come on.
You finally made it.
I mean, let's look back in the days
Welcome home, ball.
Earliest recorded music in terms of modern recorded Western music. You listen to blues music, and that was, termed the devil's music. I mean, come on, it's always been rebellious. Even old Gregorian monks from 13th, 14th century. When they discovered the flat 5 note, which in jazz is called a blue note, and in blues it's used extensively, and they termed that the devil's note because it sounded very dissonant, and it made you feel on edge. So there's always been that rebellious, even in church music and stuff. They weren't allowed to use that note, but people did, and it was the kind of... it's really bad, but that's what people wanted, and it's so true even to this day. Any music that comes out, if it's got some kind of edge, either in sound or image-wise, the kids want it.
That's true.
Come on. I mean, since when? Do you remember when you were younger, when your parents would tell you, don't do this, don't do that? You went and did it anyway.
Right.
It's exactly
true.
the same. We will be telling our kids, look, don't do this, don't do that, and they'll just turn around and say no, or they will do it anyway.
Hey, that's a good thing. You know what? That's a good understanding that you're outside of that box, though, because there's a lot of people that don't even understand that box right there. That little box that you just paid attention to and mentioned, that box is real. I think about that. It's going to be running around here doing the stuff I did. I swear. They're not going to blame me.
Yeah. I'm just reading Disciple Dice comment. About what he heard about us talking about drugs. That he like totally lived that life, but now he's sort of regretted it and he's paying for that. Yeah, totally true, man. It's,
right.
You want to have a seat, homie?
Smoke.
Come sit down and join us.
I say.
Yeah, smoking stuff all the time doesn't do you any good.
It definitely don't, man. It's after you start.
I mean, okay, everything in moderate amounts. If that's your thing and you like doing that, then fair play. But to do too much of it is never good. Same thing if you go to the gym all the time, too much of that is not very good.
Yeah, working out.
If you eat too much of that is not very good.
Anything. Everything in moderation. That's a perfect statement. Everything in moderation. Even if you think it's good. That's real.
Exactly. Except one thing. You can never have enough sex.
Word.
It's
gonna be a...
I heard that.
They're gonna be a study on that. They're gonna revise that strategy.
Yeah, it's called nymphomania. Yeah.
Never. I had a little problem when I was young. I'm too old for that shit now.
Too old for that shit, man.
I'm too old for those problems I used to have. Those had to leave me. Couldn't keep up with those.
I'm never too old for that problem. Yeah, never too old.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I started at like 15, man. I'm talking, it was a problem, man. It was a problem. It was such a problem. I'm 40 and I ain't got a girlfriend. You feel me? It was a problem.
Yeah, right, okay, yeah.
I'm finally enjoying being single. Finally enjoying it.
Yeah. All right, let's move on from that one before we get in trouble for that. What else has happened?
I don't know. Right now, I don't know. Let's see what's happened other than that. I mean, the website's up. That's definitely there. Go check out meekportierconspiracy.com. I would definitely mention that. iFSS Twitter is up right now. There's a bunch of content out there available for you guys to check out. Check us out on YouTube. These are the things I like to mention every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We put a lot of information on our YouTube videos for you guys. You may think it's nothing, but if you go listen to our videos, there's some really good free information there for and producers. Go check it out.
It's hard to put a description to fill in all of the information. I noticed that was one of the comments we got like a couple weeks ago, that it looked like spam because we wasn't being descriptive, and it's a lot of information into that into those posts. A lot of those posts is like 5-6 different segments of information, and it's hard to describe that in a 140 character display or whatever.
Yeah. I understand what they're saying. Well, if they go and listen to it, not everybody wants to listen to it, but yeah, I mean, they should leave a comment. Leave a comment, let us know what you think. You know, perhaps, you know, we can expand on it if it's, you know, it's not clear enough or something.
Word.
So yeah, we need a bit of, you know, feedback from you guys, so then we can talk. Because the problem with Hangouts and things like this, if people aren't joining us and interacting with us in the call, it becomes very one-sided. So we're just talking at you all the time. We don't want to do that. We want to have a discussion and bring you into the conversation. So, you know, if people leave comments and actually, you know, come in and join in, then they can do, and it would be much richer experience for everyone. It's the same thing on YouTube. Leave us your comments and stuff, and we'll, you know, help you guys out. You know, perhaps we have some answers that you're searching for. You know, or at least, you know, we might get answers we're searching for from your comments, you know.
A big thing.
So,
ask them questions, leave them in the comment section. That's a big thing. If you ask those questions, we definitely will answer them in the next broadcast, or maybe 2 broadcasts down the line, but we'll get to them. That's a good
thing. Definitely. Yeah, I don't know how my power's doing on the phone, guys, but I keep getting the low power thing.
My phone's about to die.
I'll probably last about another 5 minutes.
Okay, guys, I'm Periscope. We out. Talk to you guys later.
Yeah.
That's it, though. Had a good hangout session, guys. We'll be here. When's our next blab? When we coming back?
Next Wednesday.
Every Wednesday and every Sunday, we do a live hangout show to share some information with you guys, especially on the Beat Machine segment. We've been doing a lot of research and gathering information, making a job that it's really not hard, but it's really repetitive.
Yeah.
So we do our work to get information, and we're just making it easy for you guys. So can we get a subscription out of it, please? Subscribe. Like.
Word.
You know what we're saying?
Couple more sound kits.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
On the way, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, because that's it, Sid, because your website must be nearly done as well, so you'll be getting out kits soon.
Mine
as
is
well.
Definitely almost finished. I just need to get my domain in order and switch it over to the domain.
Man, we got IFSS are going to have so many kits being given out. I mean, I've got mine, you'll have yours, Wax will have his, IFSS as a group will have theirs. Man, these producers out there and these kids that are creating music at this point in time, they don't know how lucky they're going to be with the kits that we're going to be giving out. And we're giving it for free. I haven't got my head around how we're going to be giving these quality kits away for free. You know, I mean, we're not selling them, we're giving them away.
Quality over quantity, man. We got to change the industry. We got to change the entire industry. That's what IFSS is about to do.
Exactly. All right, guys, on that word, I'm out of it. I'm Meek out, and I shall see you guys over at the Hangouts and stuff. Okay, good show, guys.
All right, Meek. I'm DJ Wax. I'm out.
Peace. I'm Sip Easy, and I'm out, y'all. Y'all have a good week. We'll see y'all Wednesday.
Thanks for coming on, Disciple Dies.